All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. While I'm at it, since it is a Big Fraud Wednesday, today we'll be kicking off the festivities at about 6:15 with Who Are These Free Beers? And I started pulling audio.
Good morning, I'm Hot Wings.
Who Are These Free Beers yesterday? One of the things I'm going to park on quite a bit is going to be dissecting a moment during Free Beer and Hot Wings where Hot Wings was doing his hot take. I have the clip right here. This is Hot Wings' hot take.
Good morning, I'm Hot Wings with a hot take.
Oh, hot, 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 hot.
80s girl band, The Bangles. They are better than Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay, hear the strong laugh talk at the end of that. I think the thing that stands out to me is the pointlessness of the take. And then he tries to go somewhere with it, and he gets flustered. It falls on its face, and it's so goddamn awkward. Holy shit.
Good morning, I'm Hot Wings with a hot take.
Oh, hot, 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 hot.
80s girl band, The Bangles. They are better than Simon and Garfunkel.
There are so many people that would be listening to that and not know who they are, who those bands are, who those groups are. Why are you comparing them? It's one of the dumbest comparisons and hot takes that I think I've ever heard him do. David says those hot takes are so stupid. We will have a good time ripping this one. The best part about this one is it lays there so badly, and then he kind of goes down with the ship, and then Free Beer starts beating him up over it. So that was good. I'm glad he actually did do that. We will take care of that coming up on today's Patreon in the evening when we do a Big Fraud Wednesday. Adam Balboa says, can you please say some kind words about my friend who passed away? Oh, yeah? How long did you know him? 2 days. That is a historic moment of our friend Jimmy. Though he's kind of in the doghouse right now, that was still a great thing to call back to. Aram says, I skip what Hot Wings thinks now when re-listening to old shows. I would just turn off this hot take shit. Kyle points out that those are two completely different styles of music. 60s and 70s folk heroes, Simon and Garfunkel, and all girl band from the 1980s, the Bangles. It's impossible to compare the two. If you were doing a comparison of like two folk art, like Simon and Garfunkel to Peter, Paul, and Mary, and you can't say one is better than the other. You can only say, I like this more. And the fucking idiot was basing it on one song that the Bangles recorded that was originally done by Simon and Garfunkel. He always limp wrists it, too. It's always like some wet noodle type of take that's pretty much ridiculous and tough to defend. And he doesn't do a good job defending it. He just says, yeah, it's better. Why? Because it is. After that, we have the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. That's all going on today, featuring 1 minute of the Bomity podcast. I have to catch up on a number of sponsors here, but first thing I need to do is kick out the folks that are watching on Facebook and YouTube. I'll do that now. The rest of the show is on Twitch. Nope, you're not even on today. Sorry. I didn't even turn them on. That's embarrassing. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Tyler writes, Howing's hot take. The Foo Fighters are better than Charlie Parker. My God. Reach out to my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600, or online at irvines.com, ervines.com, ervines.com. Great place to get any vehicle repaired, including EVs and hybrids. The dealerships call upon Irvines when they can't fix a car, and that happens because they don't have as much technical expertise. Happens all the time. Irvines is conveniently located right in the center of Grand Rapids. Check them out and go see them. Rick from TC Paintball invites you to book an event at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. So awesome. God bless Rick and his family. They had to go through a tough time this past week, so I'm thinking of you. That is Rick's story to tell. Everybody's okay. I hope. TC Paintball. I don't want you to worry. In fact, I know all the adults, all the people are fine. All the kids, the adults are fine. It was a pet related thing. Thank you to TC Paintball. Anyway, I'm opening up a can of worms. What am I doing? tcpaintballgr.com. Book an event for you and your crew. Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Don't go another day without inquiring about life insurance. You can have this taken care of rather quickly. I went through this process myself with Frank in buying a 30-year policy at age 54. It cost me $160 a month. You can scrounge that up. Now, if you're younger, you're not going to pay nearly as much, and you're going to get more insurance because you're less of a liability. Being that I'm 54, paying $164 a month, that's actually pretty damn good. That's locked in every month for 30 years. If something happens to EZ, insurance guy comes over and says, I'm sorry for your loss. Here's $250,000. She's like, oh, fuck yes, black dick heaven. $250,000 policy. You can get more for less because you're younger. So reach out to Frank today. Life insurance is the best damn thing in the world. That peace of mind, knowing that the family is covered. I don't give a shit if you're rolling in dough. If something happens to you, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for your significant other and the kids. Get a life insurance policy. Call Frank. Actually, reach out to him at My Policy Shop. I'm screwing this up. Buyinsurancehere.com. That's buyinsurancehere.com. Fill out the form. Frank will take care of the rest. Becky says, thanks for the reminder, Easy. Got a schedule with Irvines for new brake pads. Atta girl. Kyle says, it's almost like saying Foo Fighters are better than Nirvana. That's actually less of a stretch. I could see that argument coming out. That makes sense. There's a common denominator. Dave Grohl. You could actually get away with saying that. That would be an excellent hot take. But a hot take, again, is something that no one thinks. That's what a hot take is. So, yeah, I guess no one thinks that the Bengals are better than Simon and Garfunkel. So I guess, in my face, it is a goddamn hot take. But it's just such a pointless, silly, stupid thing. What a waste of time. All right. Some guy in Oklahoma likes to go for walks with his 6-year-old autistic kid. They do it first thing in the morning when the sun's rising. Dad and his 6-year-old kid take a walk. He's walking along. Cop pulls up. says, what are you doing? Dad says, yeah, we're taking a walk. Yeah, it just kind of looked a little suspicious. He goes, walking looks suspicious? And then this shit gets out of hand. By the way, if you're just walking and a cop comes up to you and says, hey, what's your name? You don't answer. I don't answer questions. Let me see your ID. For what? Let me just see your ID. No. For what? What did I do wrong? And if they can't come up with anything, you say, no, you can't have my ID. Now, I don't know if I would have the nerve to do this. I'm too much of a pussy. But that's a fact. If someone just, this is in place to keep people from people's civil rights being violated. All of this happened to this guy who's walking down the street with his kid. And he's not black either. That's what's incredible. We're going to unpack this thing right now. This happened in July, actually.
Yeah, now it's up to the district attorney's office to do that.
Wrong clip.
A Watonga man says he had his rights violated by local police and says he has the video to prove it. Good evening, I'm Evan Onstad.
I'm Jessica Shambach. Officers took the man to the ground and handcuffed him in front of his child.
And tonight, only on 5, KOCO's Chantel Navarro shows us the body cam video.
John Sexton tells me it was a morning like most others. He was just taking a walk with his son early around 6 a.m. Everything abruptly changed. He was detained. I have the officers' documents right here over what they say happened. They said it was suspicious. OSBI is now investigating over whether or not that was true, over whether this
By the way, suspicious is not a crime.
was justified. But Sexton says what he knows for sure is that his son hasn't been the same since.
Hey, how you doing today?
You're watching body cam video from a Watonga police officer who stopped this man, John Sexton, and his son in the early morning of July 4th.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Johnny.
It all started after officers say they saw the pair leaving an alleyway.
Found it a little bit suspicious, you know. So, just walking around.
Walking around is a little
Yes.
bit suspicious.
I mean, technically not really, but I mean, it is pretty early in the morning.
It was just
Taking a walk is suspicious.
before 6 a.m., around when Sexton says he and his son, who lives with autism, typically walk outside.
You've been walking around down here at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we do that.
No, you're not. Give me your ID.
Okay. Yeah, we do that. No, you're not. Give me your ID. What a cock. At least the black guy was polite.
Before 6 a.m., around when Sexton says he and his
Okay, even up to this point, even up to when he says, give me your ID, we've got numerous civil rights violations. Just this conversation alone is a civil rights violation.
son, who lives with autism, typically walk outside.
You've been walking around down here at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we do that.
No, you're not. Give me your ID.
When Sexton didn't give the officer his ID,
I'm going to take you to jail for failure to identify.
but Sexton says it wasn't on him.
Detaining someone for failure to identify yourself, also a problem.
Give me your ID.
I don't have my ID on me because it's at the house.
The situation escalated all the way to this.
I want this on video. What are you doing to my bro? This is
God, idiot brings him to the ground.
All while Sexton's son watched and wailed.
Oh, no.
The officer then brings Sexton to his patrol car.
Shut up and listen just a minute. We had reasonable enough suspicion to identify you. And
What? Why? You see? And now your words are being recorded. What? The only thing you can possibly say is you look like a criminal. So we brought you in. And that's illegal.
I'm being detained for it.
criminal, like we don't know what's going on, but we can call it criminal activity.
But he
No, you can't.
was eventually let go. Sexton says his son has not been the same since.
He's been a cop for Halloween for the last 2 years. That's what he.
Oh my God, this is good for the lawsuit. We got the kid. When I grow up, I want to be a police officer. He wrote in his own words, and you can say now he doesn't want to. That's worth $5 million right there.
He's been wanting to be when he grows up. That's what he says, and now he's scared of him.
I do have the names of the officers that were involved in this incident, but we aren't releasing them right now because they haven't been formally charged with anything. I also reached out to Watonga Police. I did speak on the phone with the police chief, and she said no comment in relation to this incident here. In Oklahoma City, Chantal Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
Oh, my God. What a crock of shit. And you know what's funny is this happens every day to black guys. Every fucking day. That's true. Tyler says, thank God for body cams to weed out assholes like this. We have a cop in the audience, don't it, Dan? How many decades were you a cop for? What the absolute fuck? That is 100% an illegal detention and arrest. Now the officer is trying to justify his actions. Reasonable suspicion is not probable cause. I hate when my brothers and sisters on the job screw up so terribly. Exactly, because they make it look terrible for other cops who are good. Dan was a cop for 29 years. Oh, the Punisher is woken up. My God. Kenny says, release those names to me. We got to call the Watonga police station. Okay. Phone number. Is it Watonga? That's what it is, isn't it? Aha. We got to blow in a call here. Meanwhile, while I get that number down, there actually is follow-up because they're trying to figure out what to do with the cops. Now, we all know what the hell they should do with the cops, but they did an investigation on these cops and they're done with their investigation. So now the community is waiting for resolution. What are you going to do? You're going to fire them? You're going to charge these guys? What's happening? So
Now it's up to the district attorney's office to do their part in the investigation. I spoke with a criminal defense attorney about what that process will look like.
I want this on video.
Just over a month after John Sexton was arrested in front of his 6-year-old son, and the case involving the Watonga police officer who put him in handcuffs has been turned back to local authorities. OSBI has confirmed to KOCO that role in investigating whether the use of force was justified or not is complete. And while they can't tell us what they concluded, a spokesperson did say the case is now in the hands of the district attorney's office in Blaine County.
Obviously, it's a serious situation.
We spoke with Oklahoma criminal defense attorney Aaron Easton about what happens next.
If they do, whether it be by indictment or information, you'd likely be looking at a battery charge.
The DA's office typically decides whether to press charges or not, but another option is punting the decision to a grand jury. Their third option in this case could be not charging the officer for anything, which could still result in him losing his job.
These kind of cases, it's more likely to go the route of loss of employment, even a civil suit.
There you go. That's the key here. That he loses the job, and then civil lawsuit, and dad keeps bringing up the damage to the kid, the video. The kid's autistic. He wanted to be a cop. Now he doesn't anymore. He's hurt. These are all worth millions of dollars. Okay. So I say dad sue for $200 million. That's what you do. You sue for that much. That's what I would do.
For excessive force over the criminal charge.
As of right now, community calls to put the two officers involved on leave have gone unanswered by the city. And there's no deadline for the DA's office to make up their mind. Although Easton believes it's entirely possible we see a delay in the case if it's believed to be controversial.
If their decision whether or not to move forward was perhaps going to be, politically unpopular, that might factor into how long you wait. But generally, if they
you know what, that shouldn't. The whole business of, let's wait till this blows over and calms down before we, fuck that shit. These people want answers. I'm going to call the police station right now.
The person you are trying to reach is not accepting calls at this time.
Okay, that's bullshit. Watauga Police Department. Wasn't there a phone number on the door of the police station?
Just over a month after John Sexton turned back to local authority.
I'll try that one. Kenny says every day they push us back, it only intensifies the community's dislike and untrust when it comes to the entire police department. How can they not realize that?
You have reached a voicemail box. Start recording at the tone. When finished, press the pound key.
Oh, yeah. Hello. I was just calling with a question. I'm at my house, and there are two people taking a walk. There's a guy. He looks, like a dad. And the other person is a child with a childlike appearance. Looks like they're having a playful conversation. Dad and son are holding hands. I wanted to know if it's okay. Hey, friends, it's your pal EZ with my latest and greatest marketing partner, Mint Mobile. I know a lot of you have been through the ringer when it comes to costs with big wireless. As you know, what you see is never what you get. You ever have that happen where you get in there and you're like, okay, they're like, you're going to get this, this, and this, and this, and then you pay us this. And you go, oh, yeah. And then, like, you get the bill and you're like, what the hell just happened? It's like bait and switch. And then you call in and you realize that you're screwed. So you're like, oh, my God, I might as well just keep overpaying for this. Never again. Enter Mint Mobile. You never have to worry about the gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month, when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it. I've done this. You should too. Say bye-bye to the overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to the rescue with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. My God! To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Zane. mintmobile.com/Zane. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month and give the other guys the big heave-ho. mintmobile.com/Zane. All right, fine print time. $45 upfront payment required. That's equivalent to the $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speeds slower above 40 gigs on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. For me to call 911 for suspicious activity. Okay, thanks. Call me back. Why aren't they picking up? What the fuck? Let me see if I can get another number. Watauga non-emergency number. Non-emergency police number. Okay, I've already called that number once, and it said, yeah, it's disconnected. It's not working. That doesn't make much sense. Watauga Police Department. Phone numbers. God damn it. Contacts directory. Administration. Police. Airport. Street department. Okay. This might work. Oops. Big Dan's calling in. Yo, Big Dan, how are you, buddy? Yo. Hey. I think you butt dialed me. Oh. Don't it, Dan, you just called me, you ding dong. Okay. Why? I can't believe the police have a street team.
You have reached Watonga City Hall. We are currently experiencing significantly higher than normal call volumes.
Jesus.
Please press.
Yo, Dan.
Brother, don't file a false report.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to file a false report. I was going to ask a question.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
No, I'm not going to file. I'm not. No, are you kidding me? I wouldn't do that.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, just be careful. I'm looking out for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye. Code enforcement, fire, library, police. I'm going to try one more try. 623-4669.
You have reached Watonga City Hall. We are currently experiencing significantly higher than normal call volumes. Please press 7 to leave us a voicemail.
Fucking idiots. They're getting inundated. What a crazy ass story. All right, I'm disappointed. I wanted some payoff there. We got nothing. Dan says, don't file a false report. They're screening their calls for pranksters such as yourself, EZ. Dan, give it to me in all caps. Call Georgetown and ask those people if they're happy that OI lost their seats. Who do I call? I don't get it. What? Yeah, that's great news, though, by the way. That is just fantastic news. So happy about that. Okay. I want to share with you audio of country star Carly Pearce. I'd never heard of her. I think she's on the bill with like Tim McGraw or something like that, or some other country star. She's opening up. She's like the hot new thing. Everybody loves this chick, Carly Pearce. And all she wants to do is open up her song, and there's a little narrative she does at the beginning of it, and where she says, look, I was just born a poor girl in Kentucky, and I had a dream, and this dream comes true thanks to you. You know, she's going to do one of those things, maybe like a little breakdown with the audience. Every concert you go to, there's at least one point where the artist might do that. I don't think the Stones are going to do it. Like, I don't think Mick is going to say, hey, I had a dream and it all came true, you know? But Carly Pearce does. So everybody's there. They got their phone out. She's looks like $1 million, sings like an angel. Getting ready to start the song, and they're vamping leading up to it. She's, oh, man, I'm just so glad to be here. I'm just a little girl. I was a little girl with a dream. And that dream came true. And I was poor, and now I'm with you, and I'm so happy. I love you so much. Oh, my God. And then it cuts through like a knife. One dude goes, nobody cares. And she heard it. And there was an audible reaction of, oh. That's a pretty jerk. No one cares. Now, I would have laughed. I would have been like, oh, yeah, I know. Well, just humor me. Act like, because then you win them over. Let's say if there's 5,000 people that are there and 4,999 are vibing on your story. And then one jackass goes, nobody cares. You got two choices. You can either just roll with it. 3 choices. Pretend you didn't hear it. Roll with it and lean into it. Or do what she did, which is neither of those two things. Oh, no. Here we go. Carly Pierce responds in kind.
Out. Somebody get him out of here. I do not want him at my show. Get out of my show. If you're going to be an asshole, then you're going to have to say it to me and get the fuck out of my show.
He's like, I did say it to you. She's like, get the fuck out. She kicked him out.
To say it to me and get the fuck out of my show.
By the way, she's so hot. I would have taken my pants off and beat my hard dick right there because she's so hot.
Say it to me and get the fuck out of my show.
Come on in. Come on in. They can't see you. They don't know what I'm looking at. Pooh Bear heard me say that joke. What are your thoughts on that?
Ridiculous.
Have you heard of Carly Pierce?
No.
Okay, she's really cute. She was yelling at some guy.
Okay.
This is my worlds colliding. I can't. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You got a nose hair.
Okay.
You can't say that shit.
It's a fucking joke. Give me a break. Like, I really mean it. Get out of here. Showbro Michael says, typical bougie bitch response. What? Tyler says, Zaitunian is now in the doghouse for something that Zayn said. Jeremy says, you better watch better than what Mellencamp did recently. Wow, I'm sad about stuff. I'm going to end the show. All right, there's a little more to this. She's so pissed off.
Out. Somebody get him out of here. I do not want him at my show. Get out of my show. If you're going to be an asshole, then you're going to have to say it to me and get the fuck out of my show.
Look at that walk back. She's so pissed. And then they're actually taking him out. They kicked him out of the show.
Do not have time for dicks.
Oh.
See you later.
Then she got back to her story. I don't know. I think it would be better. I mean, I could understand why someone getting the ticket from someone who's flown off the handle a time or two. Okay? I get it. I understand what it's like when you get pissed off and you lose your shit. But I think ultimately, big picture, it's tough to kind of get the vibe back. So I don't know if this is the best move, but I get it. I understand. Ultimately, best for her, what makes her look the best, is her just rolling with it and laughing along with it, and then he feels like an asshole. Kenny says she should have pulled an Adam Sandler wedding singer moment and said, well, I have the microphone, so you will listen to every damn word I have to say. Tyler says, my wife has also been telling me I don't have time for dicks for the past week. Donut Dan says, must have been a free ticket show, or did he pay to be there? And he said what he wants. That's true. All he did was said what he wanted, but I don't know. She might have the authority there. And then the whole thing about losing Pooh Bear points. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was rough. I can't figure out where I am on Carly Pierce. I don't think I'm in her camp on this one. I think that was ugly. But purely on a what's best for her. I mean, she's probably thinking she did the right thing, but I don't think she did, because the people that saw it are probably awkward as shit. Here's something that they're having at the new State Farm Stadium. I shouldn't say new stadium, where the Arizona Cardinals play. You know, sometimes the stadiums will come up with new food ideas. How would you feel about some Tex-Mex flair of a burrito, but it's a cotton, instead of a tortilla, they use cotton candy. Let's check it out. This is a cotton candy burrito when you go to the Arizona Cardinals football game. Okay, so 2 kinds of cotton candy, and instead of like refried beans and beef, it's M&M's, Skittles, looks like Fruit Loops, both plain and peanut M&M's. There's the lady rolling it. Okay, those are the samples. Yeah, this is the type of thing where if I was on the radio and we had Joe there, we would make Joe eat a cotton candy burrito. That would be fantastic. Showbro Michael says we have the cotton candy burrito here at the New York State Fair in Syracuse. They use ice cream and toppings. Mason Blue says if I was 10 again, I'd love this, but not now. Give me a real burrito. Antelope Rider Aram says that looks delicious. Becky says, holy shit balls, that looks fantastic. But you better reserve my hospital room for the diabetic coma. I would have just a bit of it, you know? Dan says that is what killed Wilford Brimley. And then he also brings up, again, about Carly Pierce and free speech. Yeah. Being that they were at a venue, though, I think that I think it's pretty murky on being able to enforce a free speech violation. I think you can say whatever you want in your own home, but if you're at like a business, which in this case the business would be the fair where she was playing, I think you can be kicked out no matter what you do. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Let's try another easy cold call trying to get a hold of the police station.
You have reached Watauga City Hall. We are currently experiencing significantly higher than normal call volumes. Please press 7 to leave us a voicemail, and we will get back with you as soon as...
Okay. There's got to be another goddamn number I can call with these assholes. Public Works Authority. I called that number already. Economic Development Administration. Airport. The airport? All right, I'm going to try economic development.
have reached a voicemail box. Start recording at the tone. When
Damn it. Nothing gets done in this community right now. The whole place is on lockdown. Jesus. Thank you, as always, to Berlin Raceway. I will be there Saturday, and I want to see you there. It's another Eric Zane Show podcast. Coleman Lutz 500. Berlin Raceway. BerlinRaceway.com for tickets. They are just $14. The parking is free. 15 and under is free. Bring in your cooler with all your snacks. No beer, no alcohol, no glass. You can bring soft drinks, not in glass. They have plenty of booze there, and it's priced right. They have a bar with a band playing as soon as the races get done. So you got tonight's race, a Wednesday night race, and then you've got Saturday. BerlinRaceway.com. I will be there on Saturday. Get your tickets. Let me know that you're going to be there, and you can sit with my group at Berlin Raceway. BerlinRaceway.com. A&E Heating and Cooling, the notoriously famous Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579. That's 616-516-8579 for any furnace or AC issues. Start thinking about getting your furnace scheduled for the tune-up. You see Joe and his crew twice a year. 616-516-8579. A&E Heating and Cooling. Help wanted. King's Room Barbershop. They are hiring. Stylists needed at all three locations. Northland Drive, Caledonia, or in Wyoming. If you need more information, go to kingsroom.net or just call. Say, hey, I heard you're hiring. I'm the gal. I'm the guy. And as always, dude haircuts are $19 at King's Room Barbershop, plus a tip. Easy. How do you make your hair so good? First of all, Andy cuts it. Sometimes Taylor. Sometimes Alex. And then I buy a hair care product called Ruzel. Reuzel. You can't buy it in stores. You can only buy it at King's Room Barbershop. It's the greatest shit. I'm not sure what it's made of. I don't care what it's made of because it does such a great job on my hair. Between Andy and the Ruzel, which I think is made from pig semen, it's fucking fantastic. Head over to King's Room Barbershop, where guys get their hair cut and chicks who like short hair. Haircut fit for a king at King's Room Barbershop. Last but not least, buy now, refinance later. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. Get in line, make it happen. Call Mario from anywhere in the United States. Number one in the U.S. for a reason. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. They're not calling upon the banks. They are the banks. 231-332-6505. They will roll out the red carpet for you and get you into your mortgage so you can buy the home that you've always wanted. Dan relents when I brought up about getting kicked out of the show. I didn't think that was a free speech thing. He says, I think you are correct there. He says they should make those cops answer the non-emergency line before they fire them. That's a good point. I like that you've got some knowledge about copying. You've got the most knowledge about copying because you were into copying for 29 years. Hang on, I got to get my dry erase board for asshole of the day. All right. What do we got here? Asshole of the Day is brought to you by TC Paintball. Before today, no one had ever heard of Watauga, Oklahoma. Congratulations. Your asshole cops have made you famous. Congratulations. The Watauga cops, 2 Watauga cops, are assholes of the day. Mason Blue says it's Carly Pierce for getting all pissy because the guy said, nobody cares. Boy, I could see where that would piss her off, though. That would piss me off, too. If I'm there, everybody loves you, you're singing, you're dancing. You start to do a little narration before a song, do a little monologue, and someone yells out, no one cares. Oh, fucking shit. What an asshole. All right, that's it. Talk to you on the Patreon. It's a Big Fraud Wednesday. Remember, the Bengals are better than fucking Simon and Garfunkel. Talk to you on Patreon. Have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.